SuperStar.
What's good, everybody? This is SuperStar, and this is a video for the Sylenth SoundBank Volume 2 by me, by SuperStar or whatever. This is a video I put together, or I'm putting together, to basically just show you some of the sounds that come in the Sylenth SoundBank Volume 2. If you don't know, I released the Volume 1 SoundBank for Sylenth1, the VST, and it's $29.99. You can buy it at SuperStar.com in the SoundKit section. And it was a very big success, and a lot of producers and a lot of beat makers, major and minor, hit me up for it and bought it, and a lot of good, got a lot of good feedback. Not one person complained about the sounds. The sounds in these sound banks are real sounds that I made, or I found and I edited hardcore, or and sounds that I really use. They're not like bullshit sounds that I'm giving you some trash and just taking your money. This is real stuff that is really nice, and even if I haven't used it, it's stuff that I'm going to use. Like it's tight stuff. Before I start this video off, sorry for my hair. For one, I need a haircut pretty bad. For two, this isn't a diss to anybody in any kind of manner or way, but I just want to clarify, a lot of people, since me and Johnny started doing sound banks, a lot of other little producers and beat makers have been trying to do it, but they're basically ripping you all off. They're giving you Nexus 2 and other expansions that aren't real. They're basically renaming sounds that are already in there that you already either probably have most of the time, especially with Nexus, you already have it. They're just renaming it and giving it to you in a kit and taking your money, and at the end of the day, you're just looking stupid because you don't either you don't realize it, or you realize it and you're like, well, maybe they tweaked it a little bit or something. But especially with Nexus 2, it is illegal to make Nexus 2 expansions. So for everybody that's out there doing it, or everybody who's asking me if I'm gonna do it, or if Johnny's gonna do another one, we're not. It is not legal. As you know, I just did a contest sponsored by the makers of Nexus 2 Reflex, and they told me themselves it is not legal. And the reason it's not legal is because Nexus 2, unlike Sylenth and other VSTs, is not a synth, is not a virtual synth. It is a big ass sample bank, meaning the brass you hear and the strings and the pianos and the synths and stuff that you hear in that are actual samples that Nexus, the people at Reflex, drop into the VST and you just play it. So you can't create your own brass or anything in there without editing their samples, which they don't give you the clearance to do. Like, you're not allowed to do that. So if you get caught selling Nexus 2 expansions, you can get in big trouble. So because they know you're ripping people off, you know what I mean? Like, it's not real. Now Johnny dropped most of those sounds, his own samples in it, and found a way around it, but that's still not legal. So he moved on to the next thing, and it was all cool. So I'm just clarifying to you all. You buy sound banks from me and Johnny and whoever else, a couple other people who drop real stuff, and you're happy. But then last month, since I dropped this, or a month and a half ago when I dropped this, people have emailed me like complaining about, hey, I loved your sound bank, but I went and bought one from this guy or this guy or this guy and this guy, and they're all Nexus expansions, and they're like, and they're all stuff that I already had. Like, do you have any advice? I'm like, don't buy from people. Don't buy a Nexus expansion, dude. I'm not trying to hate on nobody or slow down y'all money, but if you're gonna do expansions, if you're gonna jock the hustle that me and Johnny are doing, then do it right. Don't mess up the game and make people not want to buy stuff no more because you're giving out stuff that they already have. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it right. Take the time to learn how to make sounds, learn how to mold and create sounds in an actual virtual synth, and then put it out in expansion. Don't just give people trash. Like, you're messing up the game. So anyway, let's just move on. Another thing I want to say is, as you can see, I have the Core Chronos, I have the Motif, I have the Virus TI2. This is an actual synthesizer. This isn't virtual, this is an actual synthesizer. Probably the most powerful synthesizer on the planet. You can create any sound you can think of, or any sound you hear, you can make with this, besides like brass. I mean like synth sounds, like, oh, that lead right there was crazy. You can create anything with this. So the way I learned is I got smart And you can control this synthesizer through a VST. Like, I don't even ever have to touch that. I can open up a VST and it controls that. So the way I learned how to create and edit sounds is basically, Johnny had told me, like, in a lot of plugins, LFOs and stuff like that all work the same. You just got to figure out, you know, how to do it. So I looked in here at the tight sounds, and I looked at how their LFOs were turned and what effects they had on that and how they built the sound in there, and then I recreate them in Sylenth. Or I find a Sylenth sound that I really like somewhere, and I just completely change it and mold it. So when you get something from me, you're actually getting real sounds that are really dope. They're sounds you don't have. They're not something, you know, they're dope stuff. So to not make this video too long, let me shut up and just start playing these sounds for you. There's 128 sounds in this bank. The last bank only had 70, which, I mean, it isn't only. That's a lot of good custom sounds. But this one I've been working on for a couple weeks now, and I made it a full bank of 128 sounds. So, and you get 129, you get 128, and then you get a bonus sound that's really sick in the bonus folder. It consists of trap sounds, electronica sounds, pop sounds, R&B type sounds. I mean, all these sounds can really, you know, when you hear a sound and you're like, oh, well, this is some pop shit, or this is that, you can use a sound in any genre. It's a sound, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have a specific genre that you have to use it in. You can use it in whatever you want. It's just about your imagination and how you do it. So I just opened it up. First sound that opens up is called 10 Star Chick. It's just like a little... So, you know, it's just cool, like synth. And I'm gonna just skip through and go through. That's called Amazing Lead Synth. I'm gonna also name them for you. I'll tell you what they're called. This is a... That one's called Backgate 2. That's called Basic Glide Synth. I'm just trying to click on some that I remember. That one's called Club Bopper. That one's called Club It, SYGL. The SY stand for synth and the GL stand for glide. It has like a minor glide on it. That one's called Dance Floor. That one's called ARP Stabs. It's like a little, like you could either hold it or you could, you know what I'm saying? This one. That one's called Dirty Little Girl. It's like some electronic type of shit. That's like some trap stuff. It's called Double Tap SY. Dope Lead B. That's called W Kick BS. Bass stands for bass whenever you see it in my kits. Let's see. That's called Fast Pac-Man Art. That's called Fast Trap Art. That's called Game Freak Lead. That's called Hardstyle Saw. That's called Jap Sign, for obvious reasons. That sounded sick as fuck. That's called G's Gate. That's called Landing on Namek Effects. This is a sick effect right here. That's called Laser Phaser Effect. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the little skip. This stupid ass camera, for some reason they made this T3i to where it only records up to a certain amount of minutes and it shuts off by itself, which is retarded as fuck. So anyway, let's just... That's called Skippy Rise Effects. That's Slow Trap Art. It's like a variation of the bass one. That's called Synth Pizzy. That's called Start TR Art. It's called Spaceship SN. That's called Small Wob Stab 2. I think because I made it part 2 because I think there was a part 1 in the first kit, but this one's better. That's called Synth Sign. That was really loud, so that's alright. That was super loud to y'all too. That's called Synth Organ or Synthed Organ. That's called Talking to You. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's called this sub bass. It's a really sick ass sub bass. That's called Trap Star Art. That's called Trippy Main Effects. This is called Wiz Pad, and it's like the Wiz Khalifa song I made with Johnny Giuliano called Pedal to the Metal. I use motif pads and stuff for it and guitars, but I tried to recreate that pad in Sylenth. So it's like you... And then I made another sound to go along with it called Wiz Synth Key. Just sounds like you know, sound like a Wiz Khalifa type synth or whatever. And I'll do a couple more. That's called Super Mario. And I'm gonna do 2 more and leave it at that. I mean, I already went through a lot. It's called Mega Man Trappin'. And I'll leave off with this. It's called Final Fantasy X Art. I'll do one more because I'm looking for this. I made like this really nice sign lead in here. I don't remember what I called it. I know it has to have sign in it though. Well guys, doesn't look like I'm finding it. It's in here. I know that. Well, there's a sick ass sign lead in here somewhere. So there's all type of stuff in here. So like I said, 128 sounds, 129 if you count the extra 1 bonus sound. I went through multiple sounds, probably 25, 20 sounds. They're all 6 sounds. You're not going to come across not one sound in this bank where you're just like, oh, this sound is shitty. They're all nice sounds that can be used in multiple genres. Head over to SuperStar.com to buy the SoundKit Vol 2, SuperStar for Sylenth1. It's $29.99, and you can also pick up the Part 1 if you don't have it, because the Part 1 is also sick for $29.99. And you know, if this keeps on continuing to be a successful thing, I'll continue to try to make more sounds and release more stuff for you all. It takes a little while though. That's why, you know, I released the first one over a month and a half ago, and I'm just now releasing this one. I want to spread them apart anyway, so I'm not really complaining, but it does take a little time. I've been working on this for a couple weeks. But the next ones I'll be doing Vanguard, and I'll be doing Massive. They gave me producers permission to make SoundBanks for them, for their VSTs, Native Instruments Massive and Reflex Vanguard. So stay tuned for those, but head over to that, superstar.com, check out those. It's only $29. You're getting 128 sounds that are real sounds that are tight. You don't have to go searching for these sounds and you find a whole bunch of trash. These are real sounds by a real producer that knows what real tight sounds are. And there's 2 volumes out. So basically for $60, you're getting like 200 plus sounds that are all sick as hell. Grind or Die, superstar.com, Twitter at superstaro, facebook.com/superstaro. I'm about to hop on this Xbox and then make a beat probably with this kit, because I just found some sounds in here that I want to use.